And we can see that the directions the AES countries are heading, that is the direction for the liberation of Africa. We have the AU, African Union, we have ECOWAS. These are two institutions which are supposed to represent the interests of African people. But presently, the way we are seeing things happening, both the African Union and ECOWAS have become puppets to the colonizers, traitors, and we need to burn fire on them. We need to let them know that enough is enough. As Brother Iron said, from the time of the Berlin Conference, they divided Africa in little pieces where each of them take a piece.
Satan.
Where in the world would that happen, where a man would just come? It's the same thing, Combosa said. He come here, he meet our ancestors here, and yet he claims he that discover here. Fire burn them colonizers. So, my people, today, this thing is, well, a lot of us sometimes we say we do involved in politics, but politics is the governance of people. And the political vibe which is happening in Africa right now, as we say, enough is enough. How long shall we stand while they kill our prophets and we ever do nothing? No, man, the time has come for I and I to stand up right now and let the colonizers know that the time is now for Africa to rise. The same way we see the dollar going down, it's the same way the colonizers have to go down. Yeah, man. So right now we want to call upon our government, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We need to know your position. We need to know what Western Lucia stands when it comes to the Sahel countries.
Yes,
and
yes,
the
blessed.
Imagine, for now, must be about 19 times, they try to assassinate
21
times. Imagine, That's to show us, neo-colonialism is more deadly than colonialism. And Nkrumah told us that, he said, when we're fighting against colonialism, but right now we find ourselves in a stage where he referred to it as triple colonialism. But we call it neo-colonialism because it's our own people who right now implementing the philosophies of the white man. So that's why we call it neo-colonialism. And they're still using that trick because the people around Traore, they're trying to look to whoop into, to betray him. Even the President of Nigeria, imagine, brethren and sisters. Nigeria, a country who we look up to so much as leading the way for African liberation. And today, the Prime Minister of President of Nigeria is inviting Traore to come to Nigeria for us to reason. And it's a plot the man have, to assassinate the brethren. Sell out. So, and there are plenty sellouts among us here today. So we need to open our eyes, my people. The time is now. Enough is enough. And we come to make burn down colonialism. So
fire burn Babylon.
Rastafari, I give thanks again for all those who turn out. As we say, do not be disheartened. Many are called, but the chosen are few. Give thanks, Rastafari.
Yes, I, that was Bongo Wisely. Yes, I. Yes, my brothers and sisters, we're moving right along. We're calling on Buffalo. Buffalo, come and give us a word sound. Yeah, man, we're in solidarity. Let's stand in solidarity, my brothers and sisters.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters.
Good afternoon.
N'importe côté où sorti, depuis où c'est un Genois, où c'est un Africain. Vive à Cuba, vive à Burkina Faso, vive à Niger, vive à Sainte-Lucie, vive à Afrique. My people, we stand here in solidarity with the Rastafarian group of St. Lucia I.C.A.R. as we send a message to the world, as we stand there to send a message to our leaders, as we stand there to send a message to our Caribbean brothers and our Caribbean leaders that it's time to unite. Our leaders have to understand, our Prime Minister of Barbados, Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Prime Minister of Grenada, Trinidad, and so forth. We have to unite against what is trying to obtain in Africa. Africa has been exploited for too long. Black people have been oppressed for too long. And finally, the African countries like Niger and Burkina Faso are plowing a way for themselves. Economically and socially, we feel proud to be associated with our African brothers. And this morning, we stand in solidarity with them. And I want to back up the words of the former speakers that it's time we get a policy statement from our Prime Minister and our Minister of Foreign Affairs. It's time we get a policy statement concerning the French, concerning the English, concerning Europe and America, where it pertains to our African brethren and sistren. It is time. So I stand in solidarity with my brethren and sistren. I will always do that. We shall march. Our voice shall not be smothered. We shall be heard. Viva Africa, and I thank you very much.
We shall be.
Yes, Brother Buffalo. Yes, I. Yeah, man, how dare these people? How dare them, man? You toy this way. Hey, come on, let's say this way, because Africa belongs to Africans at home.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
Not to America. When you ask France, when you ask Burkina Faso, what is the natural resource? They'll tell you they have gold and other minerals. When you ask France, what is the natural resource? They're telling you Burkina Faso. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Deben Kisa?
Vole.
Brother Jason, come forward, my brother. The truth must conquer, brothers and sisters. Nous ne pouvons pas pour la vérité. Et nous savions c'est des bonnes volées.
Yeah, Gita, nice to see so many out, and we want to encourage everybody to stay for the walk. We're walking to Alias Forces. All right, Gita. Now it's not all the time we come out, and I must say, I.C.A.R. has been very inspirational even to me, because during the time of COVID, when everybody was quiet, nobody wanted to talk about natural immunity, nobody wanted to talk about our fruits and our vegetables and our sunlight. Everybody wanted to talk about what? Vaccine. They just had a march for vaccines just a while ago, about an hour or two ago, talking about all the good things about the vaccine, but they'll never tell you about the side effects. Well, just like the side effects of the vaccine, colonialism has side effects as well. And I just want to read to you something that I prepared. Over 1,000 years ago, the continent of Alkebulan, also known as Libya, also known as Ethiopia, and many more names, and also we know it as Africa today, which has historically referred to as the mother of mankind, Garden of Eden, and the kingdom in the sky, has been attacked. The attackers, initially Arabs, who used religion to conquer part of Africa, and the Europeans who came after have come up with very sinister ways of occupying this rich continent. Now, you might say, what is Africa rich with? Because all the pictures we see about Africa on TV or Western TV is of poverty. Africa has diamonds, sugar, salt, gold, iron, cobalt, uranium, copper, bauxite, silver, petroleum, natural gas, cocoa, tropical timber, and fruits. Now, with a continent like that, what do you think Africa needs the rest of the world?
No.
But the rest of the world needs Africa.
Yes.
And that is why, for their system to continue as it is, Africa must be subjugated.
Yes.
One of the ways I wish to highlight that this still is being used today to subjugate, rape, and pillage this continent is through something called white supremacy. After the Renaissance period, Johann Blumenbach, a European German white supremacist, was the first to divide mankind on the basis of skin color. We can attribute much of our historical divide we see to him. Now, he didn't invent racism, but he was the first person to place a classification system of racism on people by giving different skin color, white, red, yellow, brown, and all of these type of things. It is this ideology that makes one race superior and another inferior, which is what we see been taking place today. Even in our own modern times, for example, we had a vote in the United Nations, for example, I think a few years ago, Ian, that spoke about discrimination and racism. Well, guess what? Out of 193 countries voting, 106 voted in favor of the bill. 44 were absent and 29 voted against the bill. Those who voted against the bill: USA, UK, Australia, Canada, Israel, France, Germany, and the Netherlands. Mind you, brothers and sisters, this is a bill to put an end to racism and discrimination. So you see the double standards of the United Nations? It is this ideology that still lingers in our world today, which has its eyes on Burkina Faso and the Sahel region. The heinous way in which the colonial and imperialists deal with the Africa as if time had stopped for Africa, like time refused to advance from Africa from 1,000 years till now. Subjugating, extraction, looting, and pillaging. And we see no difference in our colonies. As we know, Haiti, once the breadbasket of the Western Hemisphere, they did not want other countries to trade with Haiti because they got their liberation. The first country in the world to gain its liberations from its captors. Okay? We have Grenada. I think somebody mentioned it before. Maurice Bishop. What was Maurice Bishop doing?